Okay, so we are done with book value per share. This time, let's discuss earnings per share. Okay. So if ang book value per share, 'di ba, it's the amount for each share if mag-liquidate ang company, earnings per share po, 'di ba? Earnings per share. So this earnings per share, this amount attributable to every, so it's only attributable to your ordinary share. So earnings per share is only applicable to your ordinary shares, or the ordinary shares outstanding or outstanding ordinary shares for the period. So what's the use? Normally earnings per share natay duha ka earnings per share. Mo natong gitawag nga basic earnings per share, and we have diluted earnings per share. So for now, let's discuss the basic earnings per share. So before anything else, unsay purpose, unsay gamit sa earnings per share? Diba? So first, nganong mo compute man tag earnings per share? Because earnings per share mo na siya gitawag nga market value. Market value of ordinary shares. So this is the market value of the ordinary shares. So kung makita mo, let's say for example, ang like stock sa Jollibee karon, so that's, let's say 50 pesos per share ang stock sa Jollibee karon. So normally kana siya mo na yung earnings per share niya. So that's the market value of the ordinary shares. Diba? Market price or the market value of ordinary shares. So for the investors, diba, syempre kung taas ang value sa shares, that also indicates the performance of the company. Diba? Kaya kung mas mahal ang share, pasabot, nindot ang dagan sa operations, ang performance. Diba? Katong paabot sa COVID, makabantay mo, dahag mga post, na dahan kayong mga, dahag posting na it's better to invest karon nga mga panahon during pandemic. Why? Because diba drop kayong economy. Diba? Affected ang tanan business entities, especially at first quarter sa COVID. Pero 'di ba there are some businesses pod nga nag-boom because of COVID. Labi na mga logistics, 'di ba, mga delivery services. So ni-boom sila. So 'di ba bagsak ang mga presyo sa shares. So meron sila nga pag-invest mo karon because ubos ang presyo. 'Di ba? So good time daw to invest. So mo na siya market value sa shares. So if taas, if dako ang earnings per share niya, pasabot nindot pud ang performance. So kumbaga to measure, isa siya sa measurement sa performance sa corporation. Okay, also basis for dividend policy. Siyempre, ahaman magikan ang atong dividends, iba sa retained earnings, normally from the operations, results of the operation. So siyempre kung higher ang earnings per share, it means that the market value of the share is high, then the performance of the corporation is nindot pod ang operations. So since nindot ang operations, nindot ang performance, possible pod na ang dividends nga i-declare dako-dako pod siya, because our dividends normally will base on the retained earnings, and dito ginakaon sa income. Diba? Income sa corporation. So that's the use of earnings per share. So kung makita mo, and this is applicable for publicly listed companies, publicly listed corporations. Kanang makita niyo sa Philippine Stock Exchange, kanang ang mga corporations, like let's say Jollibee, San Miguel, kanang gina-trade nila sa public ang ilang shares. Dito, di ba? Dito is publicly listed na sila. So, mo na siya. So, required ang publicly listed companies sa ilang financial statements, especially sa ilang income statement, to present pilang earnings per share. Because that would, mo nang tanawon sa investors, di ba? Mo nang tanawon sa mga investors, mga potential investor, even mga creditors, di ba? So kung ako creditor ko, dako ang earnings per share ani nga corporation, so pwede ko mo grant sa ila og loan, let's say for example. Or if I'm a potential investor, mo invest ko ani kay dako ang mahal ang presyo, sabot nindot ang return ani. Okay. So, but for those not publicly listed companies, diba, they are not required to compute the earnings per share, but they are encouraged to prepare or to compute the earnings per share as indicated in the financial statements. Okay, so our focus is basic earnings per share. So, how do we compute the basic earnings per share? Tagaina, book value per share, shareholders equity atong numerator. This time, our numerator is the net income. Since, di ba, earnings per share based on earnings, net income. Then, divide by the outstanding, since this is applicable for ordinary shares. So, that is how we compute the basic earnings per share. Pila ang value sa imong share based on the operations, di ba? Performance, based on the net income of the corporation. So, since this is applicable to our ordinary shares, the computation of our earnings per share, let's discuss, di ba, how do we compute the net income? Di ba? Unsa ni nga amount ang naa diri? Unsa ni nga net income atong gigamit diri? So since it's a net income, that's already net of tax sa net income. Pasabot ana tanan expenses na deduct na ana. So net of tax na siya. Okay, kay wala ra bay taxes giingon diri sa illustration, but sa mga questions naga-indicate sa og taxes, tax rate 30%. Okay, since corporation, di ba, 30% ang income tax rate niya. Wala pa man pod na approve ang katong bag-o, di ba? Tong sa to create to siya. Okay, so net income, how do we compute the net income? So net income, 'di ba? This net income, dapat net income before or after deducting the dividends for your preference shares. Preference share dividends. Okay, so atong net income magamiton katong nabawasan na sa dividend ni preference shares. Syempre because 'di ba atong i-compute diri kang outstanding ordinary shares. Nabibahin si preference share anang net income because 'di ba preference, kasi preference as to the dividend. So syempre ang dividends nato normally ginakuha siya sa earnings, sa net income sa corporation. So before we can compute the earnings per share sa atong ordinary share, ato sang bawasan atong net income sa dividends nga atong ihatag kang preference shares. So katong applicable gihapon to, di ba? Katong mga cumulative, participating. Okay, but the question right now, kanos ana to i-deduct ang dividends to our preference shares? Di ba? So dire sa earnings per share, ang atong dumdumon lang is ang cumulative and non-cumulative terms. Okay, so ang cumulative lang o non-cumulative terms. So magdepende kung i-minus nato ang preference dividend, depende kung ang terms sa preference share is cumulative or non-cumulative. So if cumulative atong preference share, we deduct the preference share dividend. Pag cumulative, so pilang amount nga itong i-deduct. So even if it is cumulative, we are only limited for the current year. So we deduct only the current year dividend. Why? Because 'di ba, ang net income nimo that is only good for a certain period. 'Di ba? Year. That's the operation for a specific year period. Therefore, ato pong i-deduct na dividend is only the current year dividend. So if it is cumulative, we deduct the current year dividend regardless declared or not. Regardless declared or not. So therefore, if cumulative ang preference share nato, we deduct the preference share dividends to the net income regardless kung na-declare siya or wala. Diba? Regardless kung declared or not. Sir, how about pag non-cumulative? Non-cumulative, we only deduct the preference dividend to your net income, to the net income, if the preference share or if the dividend is declared. So again, your preference dividend minus, that is only limited for the current year. But magdepende kung unsay term niya, cumulative ba or non-cumulative. So if it is cumulative, regardless declared or not, you deduct the preference dividend to compute the net income na kinahanglan nato sa earnings per share na computation. But if the preference share is non-cumulative, we only deduct the current year preference share dividend when the dividend is declared. Again, when the dividend is declared. Sir, what if wala gi-declare? They don't deduct the preference. Kanit, ayaw ni i-minus. Pag non-cumulative. So again, dapat makita nyo dito sa problem, kung non-cumulative, dapat bantayan ninyo kung na-declare ba or wala. Nag-declare ba or wala. Sir, pwede dili mag-declare? Yes, pwede dili mag-declare ang corporation. Pero lagi natay gitawag, di ba, sa tax niyo improperly accumulated earnings ba na siya, di ba? Murag that's tax for not declaring dividends. Oh, dira mag-base ang kanang improperly accumulated earnings ninyo. Pero pwede dili mag-declare ha for a certain period. So, since kung non-cumulative, it should be declared in order for the preference dividend to be deducted in your net income. But if cumulative ang term niya, regardless declared or not, i-minus na to siya. Okay, again, current year lang a dividend. So, ignored ang computation sa arrears dire. Diba? If na arrears. So, we only deduct the preference or the current year dividends. But you need to consider if the preference is cumulative or non-cumulative. Okay, so, di ba, we are done with the numerator. How about the outstanding ordinary shares? Di ba? We know how to compute the outstanding ordinary shares. Di ba? Ingon ka, sir, issued shares plus subscribed share capital minus treasury shares. That's the outstanding computation for outstanding ordinary shares. So, but this time, in computing the outstanding ordinary shares, naka-weighted siya. Weighted average. The weighted average outstanding ordinary share. So, saan ang weighted average? Because, di ba, for a certain period, pwede na i-increase, na i-decrease sa imong outstanding balance. Let's say, for example, January 1, naakay 10,000 outstanding ordinary share. Pag abot og paabot og June 1, nag-issue ka og 3,000, paabot na pod og July 31, nakay treasury share nga issue treasury share nga nakay treasury share nga let's say 1,000, tapos paabot na pod og October 1, nag-share split ka 2:1. Paabot og November 1, nag-issue kag stock dividend. Pwede, di ba? Pwede nani mahitabo sa imong transaction, sa imong ordinary share. Because pwede nani sa mahitabo, ang gamiton nato sa atong computation of earnings per share, we need to, di ba, weighted dapat siya. So, sir, unsa nang weighted? Kumbaga, pila sa ka months outstanding niya, 10,000. Pila ka months outstanding, that's from January 1 to December. That's 12 months. Okay. 12 over 12. So, inana siya outstanding. Same sa kato bitong borrowing cost nga computation, di ba? Average expenditures. Kani pod sa weighted average dapat atong ordinary shares. Medyo kuti lang ni dire. Why? Because there are some items or transactions na pwede mautro ang imong balance outstanding shares. So, gina-weighted dato siya. Dagan gani items indicated in the book, di ba? So, how do we let's say, compute for the weighted average or outstanding ordinary shares. Okay, so let's have, ako na ipakita sa inyo as per illustrated sa libro, dahan items, di ba, determination of weighted average. You have, pila ni ka-book dire, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, 9 items na pwede included in the computation of the your weighted average or outstanding ordinary shares. So, ako lang ning gi-extract sa libro para ma-imagine lang nato how to compute the weighted average. Okay, this is what happened, 'di ba? What happened in the illustration. So, sa illustration 2, naatay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 transactions affecting your ordinary shares. So, on January 1, you issued 100,000 shares. Issued and outstanding on January 1. On April 1, nag-issue ka og additional 50 new shares. On June 1, nag-share split ka 2 for 1. On July 1, nag-purchase ka og treasury shares. And on October 1, nag-issue ka og share dividend nga 20%. Then December 31, nag-share split ka for 1. Ang kuti lang ani, kaning mga share split, kaning mga share dividend, why? Unsay effect ani niya sa imong shares? 'Di ba? So if there are changes on the capital structure, 'di ba? Because share split and share dividend, it does not change your total balance of your shareholders' equity, but ang capital structure nimo maotro. Mo increase ang shares, mo decrease ang par value, but the shareholders' equity is still the same. Di ba? Mao ra gyapon siya. But because the computation is based on outstanding shares, so nagi changes sa atong shares. So, unsay treatment nato, how do we account if there are changes on the capital structure? Like for example, nag-share split. Diba? Tapos nag-share dividend. Nag-share split na pud siya. So, how do we account? Unsay accounting treatment nato if there are changes on the capital structure like share split, share dividend, issuance of share dividend, and or declaration of share dividend and share split. How do we account for this one? Sige daw. Daon saan nato ni pag-account? So we account this one as unsay effect ana niya? Unsay term ni atong gamiton? Oy, napa mo? Type 1 kung naapa mo. Wala nag-type. Isara ang naminaw. Binuang mo ng imo sir, type 1, type 1. Naapa di ay, di ba? Unsa nato ni pag-account pag naay changes in capital structure, di ba? Like share split, issuance of declaration of share dividend. Sige ingon sa libro. We account this one or recognize nato siya ang sige ingon sa libro. Retrospective. Retroactive or retrospective. Unsay pasabot sa retroactive or retrospective? Diba? So, if there are changes as if naotro siya from the beginning, kumbaga i-retro nimo, retroact yang effect. So like for example, kung June 1, nag-share split ka, ay affected ana. So appeal ang imong 100, appeal ang imong 50,000. Okay, kani multiple times na otro ang capital structure, di ba? Because for a certain period, katulo, na ay June 1, na ay October 1, na ay December 31. So may tabo ana niya, since retrospective ang iyang effect, as if naitabo siya, kato sa pinakauna, bali maapektuhan tanan niya nalabyan, kumbaga maapektuhan tanan niya prior sa iya, kinala nato sa i-adjust. Okay, prior to the share split, prior to the declaration of share dividend, so i-retroact na to ang effect niya. So in this case, okay, retrospective, in this case, let's say for example, kaning 100,000 share nimo, si may tabuan niya, diba 100,000 siya on January 1. Paabot og June 1, na ay share split na hitabo. So, times 2, di ba? 2 for 1. So, 1 share is equal to 2 shares. So, naimo siyang, as of June 1, naimo siyang 200,000. Tapos, naana po'y declaration of share dividend. So, ni-increase na po ang share di mo times 1.20 na po ka. Di ba? Kay 20, ni-increase og 20%. Tapos, naana po'y share split na hitabo times 5 na po ka. Therefore, ang total outstanding, ang total shares nimo for January 1, that's 100,000 times 2 times 1.20 times 5, nahimo siyang 1,200,000. Grabe, layo kayo inambakan, di ba? From 100,000, nahimo siyang 1,200,000. Pero ang date niya, dili ma-outro, still January 1. January 1 gihapon ang iyang date. Pero, ang iyang effect, biskan pag June 1 nag-share split, pero as is January 1 gihapon siya because retrospective siya. So again, so from 100,000, because of this share split and declaration of share dividend, from 100,000, nahimo siyang 1,200,000. Layo kaayo, di ba? Tapos, kanipon imong April, since covered man siya, kay before ka nag-share split, nag-issue man kag 550,000, so kanipod times, same regapon, times 2 times 1.20 times 5. Okay, sir, unsaon ang June 1? Wala na, ayaw na ni account. Okay, di ba? Change on capital structure naman siya. Purchase 20,000 treasury shares. Kana, sir, maapektuhan pud na. Yes, that's 20,000. Appeal pa ba sa aning share split? Wala na because, di ba, retro man ang effect, pasaka sa dikto. Since after naman siya, wala na, dili na covered imong treasury share. So, ara man ang covered niya, kanilang 20%, tapos ang 5. So, this is times 1.20 times 5. Okay, so actually, na sa ubos. Wala di ay. Ano ko gi-appeal. Okay, so inana, di ba? Kung matingala mo, ngayon niabot sa 1,200,000 because of the effect of your share split and share dividend. Di ba? 1, 2. April 1, pila ni? That's 50,000 times 2 times 2 times 1.20 times 5. Oh, that's 600,000. Pero the date is still April 1. Okay, next, your treasury share, that's 20,000 times 1.20 times 5, that's 120,000. Take note, minus ha, because treasury share, in computing the outstanding, di ba, shares. But because under earnings per share, we need to compute the weighted average. So, weighted average ta, so, January 1, this is now the total new shares, outstanding shares, regarding to your January 1 nga shares issued, 1 million, pila sa ka months outstanding. So, that's 12 months. Why? Because from January 1 to December 31, that's 12 months outstanding. So, to compute the average, so 12 divide 12 rin siya. Okay. Then, April 1, pila sa ka months outstanding. So, that's January, February, March. 3 months ang nilabay. Therefore, 9 months siya outstanding, divide 12. July 1, that's 6 months outstanding, divide 12. So, kung to compute the weighted average, This is now the weighted average. Kani tinamban lang ning dire sa libro, di ba? So gi-times na niya, gi-plus, gi-divide ra niya 12. Para mas dali, diretso na lang ninyo divide 12. So this is now the outstanding shares. Average or weighted average ordinary outstanding shares. So mo na itong gamiton to compute for the earnings per share. Let's say for example, na ba ni income gihatag dire? So since wala income, let's say for example, nagka-income sila 5 million, net income, minus na taraw ang preference share ani, dividends, divide 1,590. That's 3.14. Muna ang earnings per share. Murag mao sa ang market price sa share sa corporation. Diba? Kung tanaw nimo medyo dili kayo pud sa dako. Diba 3.14. Okay, given na 5 million ang ilang net income. Okay, so that is how you compute the weighted average. So pag naay share split, naay share dividend, okay, bantayin ninyo na. Ang effect niya dapat retrospective. So utrohon gid ninyo, i-change ninyo tong mga issuances, even purchase, like treasury shares, prior to the share split and share dividend. Okay. So aside from share split and declaration of share dividend, napunta gitawag nga bonus issue. Actually, bonus issue is same with stock dividends, pero ang gibuhat dire, pag naay bonus issue is treated as if it had occurred at the beginning of 2020, the earliest period presented. Okay, so same lang gyapon sa concept ato, diba? So bonus issue, so ang iyang effect is katugya po pinakauna because retrospective siya. Okay, aside from bonus issue, napuntay rights issue. Kani medyo na mga formulas given. Okay, rights issue, di ba? Morning right nga ihatag sa mga shareholders na sa ila una baligya ang shares sa corporation at a lower price. Di ba? Kumbaga mo preemptive right nila na sila right to purchase first the shares at a lower price before baligya sa other parties. So rights issue, unsaon man ning rights issue? Okay, how do we unsa effect ani niya in the computation of the average ordinary shares? So rights issue, because since rights, what if gi-exercise or even gi-exercise or wala ni shareholder iyang right to purchase additional shares, nagyapon sa effect sa atong average. So if the rights issue, how do we compute before exercise date? So atagan ta lang mog formula ha. So pag before exercise date, okay, your weighted average outstanding ordinary shares, pag before exercise, of rights, so that is equal to your outstanding shares times the adjustment factor. How do we compute the adjustment factor? Balik ta sa katong investment na topics, di ba? So this right on divide by x right. Ba unsaon pag-compute aning parity value or theoretical value? So balik ta sa formula. So formula is market value of share right on Ayun na lang, market value right on minus subscription price divide by number of rights to purchase one share plus 1, that is the value of one right. Okay. So, kaning right on minus the value of one right, that is your X right. Diba? Right on minus value of one right, that is your X right. So, medyo kuti siya to compute the weighted average. Before exercise, before exercise. Kung wala pa na-exercise ang rights, that's the time we compute the weighted average by multiplying the outstanding ordinary shares times the adjusted factor. So, adjusted factor, again, right on divide X right. How you compute the X right? That's right on minus value of one right, that's X right. So, ano po pag-compute ang value sa X, sa one right? So, that's market value of right on, market value of share right on minus subscription price divide by the number of rights to purchase one share plus 1, then that is the value of one right. So, that's how you compute the weighted average pag naay rights or rights issue before exercise of rights. How about at the date of exercise? What if the exercise, let's say, sa isa ka tuig, the exercise siya, pasabot na actual nga like purchase of the shareholder or actual issuance of the corporation of the shares. So, na actual increase of the shares because the exercise ni shareholder iyang right to purchase the shares. So, unsay may tabo? If after the exercise date. Okay. So, how do we compute the weighted average after the exercise date or during exercise date? Okay, so weighted average outstanding ordinary share if rights are exercised. Okay, let's say for example, example na lang para mas dali, illustration ta. So, naatay from January to June, wala pa ni mag-exercise ang rights. From this period, let's say June 1, June 1. From this period, atong gamiton is outstanding shares times adjustment factors ata. Times, since 6 months ra siya, 6 months ba? January, February, March, April, May. 6 months, that's 6 over 12. Average na to siya. Kay paabot og June 1, sige, let's say June 1, i-exercise nimo ang rights. Therefore, pag exercise nimo sa rights, i-increase na imong shares. So, may tabo dire on June 1, atong existing outstanding ordinary share nimo plus the increase, this is now the adjusted ordinary share starting June 1, di ba? Including the katong na exercise, appeal na tong gi-exercise na right. Okay, so times, automatic ka times 6 over 12 from June 1 to December 31. So that's how you compute the weighted average if na-exercise within the period, within the 1-year period. Pero if wala gi-exercise pa gani, the whole year wala gi-exercise, dili lang tataman sa adjustment factor. Okay, since wala man gi-exercise ang right, dili na ta mag-prorate pa. So, automatic for the whole year, adjustment factor natong gamiton. So, outstanding ordinary shares times the adjustment factor. But if for a certain period na exercise ang right, you need to consider ang months. Di ba? Kanus asa na exercise. Because that's the time nga mag-prorate na pud ka. Compute ka sa outstanding months balance niya. So, again, if gi-exercise within the period. Pero if wala, automatic adjustment factor. Pag na rights issue ha, okay, so that's how you compute the weighted average outstanding ordinary shares. Because mora man sa equity, we cannot compute the earnings per share because the formula is net income divide outstanding ordinary share, which is dapat naka-weighted siya or naka-average siya. So if the problem gipangatagan mo og rights issue, bonus issue, share split, you need to consider in computing the weighted average. Kay mo imong gamiton as denominator to compute the earnings per share. So again, net income, consider the preference dividend. Dapat less the preference dividend, but depende if cumulative or non-cumulative. Cumulative, deduct the preference regardless declared or not. But if non-cumulative, you only deduct the preference dividend if it is declared. Pag non-cumulative. And for the denominator, outstanding ordinary share, you need to compute the weighted average. So you need to consider if naabay share split na ay share dividend. Sir, what if wala share split, wala share dividend? Di wala kay i-adjust, di ba? So wala ni. So 100 times 12 over 12, 50 times 9 over 12, then minus 20 times 6 over 12. Ana lang. Kaya naman sila ang makapa-complicate sa problem. Especially kung na-rights issue because daan kag i-consider. You need to compute mga X right on, value of 1 right. Okay. So, I think that's all for earnings per share, basic earnings per share. So, sir, always ba positive na siya? Dili, napunta gitawag nga basic loss per share. So, if loss siya, sir, kinahanglan pa ba i-minus ang dividends gihapon? Yes, i-minus gihapon siya ang dividends. Again, dapat cumulative, regardless declared or not, i-minus siya. Pero kung non-cumulative, you need to consider kung na-declare ba or wala before you deduct the preference dividend. So, if net loss siya, diba, negative na sa daan, dungagan pag ginimog minus o preference dividend, mas dako na yung numerator. So, basic loss per share na siya. Same lang computation of the denominator, weighted average. Question so far. Earnings per share. Absorb pa? Or kaan na? Natulog na ng uwan dira. Saan may oras? Okay, sige. Let's proceed with the illustration na lang diretso. Para mahumanadayon ta. Para ma-absorb gamay. Okay, ang atong discussion. Illustration. Kani. Okay. Question is, what is the weighted average number of shares for 2020 for comparative financial statements at the end of 2021? And what is the weighted average number of shares for 2021? So the question is, we need to compute the weighted average. Okay, so for 2 years ni siya, since it's a comparative year, so you have 2020 and 2021. So problem, you have January 1, 2020, master company had 250 ordinary shares outstanding. Okay, so these are the transactions, diba? So on January 1, nasa 250. So kung ato sang i-plot, January 1, 2020, nasa 250,000 ordinary shares. March 1, naka-issue 1, sold 24,000. Si corporation nakabaligya or nag-issue og 24,000 shares. That's March 1, 2020. You have 24,000 shares. On July 1, sinitabo sa July 1, nag-issue share dividend, stock dividend. Therefore, unsa effect ani niya, di ba, retrospective. So, atong i-adjust, kinsa atong i-adjust? si January 1 lang o si March 1 because mora may covered niya, di ba? Retrospective. Duha ra iyang cover. So, times 1.20 times 1.20. So, muna nitabo sa July 1. So, wala tayo butang dire. Next, October 1, nag-issue na pud ta og shares. So, that's October 1, 2020. Pila tong gi-issue? 16,000. 16,000. Okay. After October 1, December 1, 2020. So, 2 years ni siya, December 1, 2020, nagpalit tag treasury share. So, therefore, natay treasury share pila na 15,000. Okay, muundang ba ta dire? Dili sa tanawa sa ang succeeding nga transaction. Because again, what if naapay share split, naapay share dividends, di ba yung effect retrospective? Sa pinakasugod yun sa mo effect, di ba? Iyang nalabyan, tanan. Okay, prior transaction sa iya. Taawa, June 1, 2021 na. Di ba, dirita, June 1, 2021, sa inahitabo, nag-issue sa og 3-for-1 share split. So, since effect retrospective, ahayang maapektuhan. So, gikan June 1, pasaka digto tanan. Biskan pag 2021 na siya, covered gapon ang 2020 because again, retrospective. So, as if sa pinakauna yang effect. So, therefore, times 3 na punta dire, times 3, times 3, kani times 3, times 3. Wala tayo butang dire. Okay. Next, September 1, 60,000 shares. Okay, so sa September 2021, September, that's 9, 1, 2021, okay, pila na? That's 60,000 shares. Okay, so let's now compute the outstanding or the average, di ba? So pila man imong January 1 pila na total ana karon. So that's 250,000 times 1.20 times 3, that's 900,000 shares na. Your March 1, that's 24,000 times 1.20 times 3, that's 86,400. Your October 1, that's 16,000 times 3, that's 48,000. Your December 1, that's 15,000 times 3, that's minus 45,000. O, kani wala na ni, di ba? Kay 60,000 na siya. Okay, so this time, we can now allocate, di ba? Pila sa ka months outstanding. Since January 1, this is 12 over 12. March 1, so that's 10 months outstanding. October, that's October, November, December, that's 3 months outstanding. And kani siya, this is 1 month outstanding. 1 over 12. Therefore, pila man 900,000. This is 900,000 kay 12 over 12. 86,400 times 10 divide 12. 72,000. Then 48,000 times 3 divide 12. That's 12,000. Then minus 45,000 times 1 divide 12. That's 3,750. Okay. So therefore, your December or your 2020 outstanding weighted average is 900,000 plus 72,000 plus 12,000 minus 3,750. So that is 980,250. Abay, 980,250. Okay. So the answer is letter A for 2020. How about for 2021? So ayaw ni gamita ha for 2021. Yung gamiton, you compute the balance kani Since, di ba, that is the beginning balance for January 1, 2021. So, pila man na? 900 plus 86.4 plus 48 minus 45. So, 989,400. So, syempre, January 1 man na siya. So, ito lang isbog diri ha. So, times 12 over 12. Kani, pila ni? That's September, October, November, December. That's 4 months outstanding. So, 989 because it is whole year. Then plus 60,000 times 4 divide 12. That's 20,000. So, pilay total outstanding for 2021. That's 989,400 plus 20,000. That's 1,009,400. Kaninyo bantayan ha, paabot og 2021, ayaw ninyo ayaw gamita 980 to 50. Because 'di ba this is now the balance for January 1, 2021 kaning 989,400 katong wala naka-weighted. Mo na putin yung i-weighted kay paabot og 2021. So total January 1 man, so whole amount atong i-recognize. So pila atong 2021? 1,009,400. So 1,009,400 letter A. Okay, I hope na sabtan siya ha. Okay, padayon na ta para mahuman na ta. So next, okay, last problem illustration. How much is the earnings per share for 2018 and 2019? So it's a comparative year gyapon na itabo. Let's look at the computation, di ba? So kani net income minus outstanding ordinary share, which is naka-average. Let's start first with 2018. What amount should be reported basic earning per share for 2018? Okay, for presentation in comparative financial statements on December 31, 2019. So, kani 2018, but it should be presented in the 2019 comparative financial statement. Okay, normally, pag audited financial statement, 2 years gina siya. Let's say 2018, 2019. So, current year man 2019, so makita gyapon na 2018 dito for para ma-compare siya kung ni-increase ba or ni-decrease. Okay, so 2018 ta focus first. Natay net income nga 2,600,000. Wala man tay preference dire. So automatic the 2,600,000 is the amount of our net income. Di ba walay preference share gihatag. Okay, so let's compute now the average outstanding shares. So natay January 1, 2018 natay 100,000 ordinary shares. So direta 100,000. Next is natay March 1, reacquired 3,000 shares accounted for as treasury. So natay March 1, nag-acquire tag treasury shares. Okay. On September 1, sold all treasury shares. So gibaligya nato. Ibalik ra nato 3,000. Then December 1, sold 66,000 new shares for cash. So December 1, 18 plus 66,000 because naka-issue ta. O dili dayon ta mo compute ha, di sa ta mo compute og outstanding. Why? Tan-awon sa nato ang succeeding year unsay nahitabo. Sa succeeding year o January 15 nag-issue og 25% share dividend. Kinsa man na mo effect retrospective. So igo tanan na didto, di ba? Okay, so 25% increase. So igo tanan. So therefore, itong buhaton times 1.25 times 1.25 times 1.25 times 1.25. So wala na may items, wala na may other items. Wala. Okay. So wala na may other items for 2019. So pwede na ta maka weighted dire. So times 1.25 dito no, 1.25 times okay. So that's 100 times 1.25 times 12 over 12 minus 3,000 times 1.25. That's 3,750 times, that's 10 over 12. Then 3,000, that's 3,750 times September month 4 over 12. Then 66,000 times 1.25, that's 82,000 times 1 over 12. Is 125, 3,750 times 10 divided 12, that's 3,125. 3,750 times 4 divided 12, that's 1,250. Then 82,500 times 1 divided 12, that's 6,875. Pero total ani plus minus 3.75 plus 125,000 minus 3,750 to 7,500. Kani dire, this is 125,000 minus 3,125 plus 1,250 plus 6,875. So your average ordinary share for 2018 is 130,000. Therefore, 2,600,000 divide 130,000. Okay, that is 20 pesos. Earnings per share. Letter B. Okay, for number 2, 2019, we have 2019 natay 4 million nga net income. Divide outstanding share, that's 4 million. Since walay other transactions, ang share dividend ra, so ang balance nato is 207, di ba? 2019, this is 1. That's 207,500 times 12 over 12 ra. So therefore, 207,500. Kaya wala man tayo lain transaction. So divide 207, that's 4 million, divide 207,500, that's 19.28. So, okay, mo ni siya. So, that's how you compute earnings per share, no? So, net income lang, ang sa net income, minus na nato ang preference shares. Magdepende cumulative ba or non-cumulative. So, pag cumulative, i-minus nato regardless declared or not. But if non-cumulative, we only deduct the preference dividend if it is declared. Then, in computing the outstanding ordinary share, dapat naka-weighted average siya. So, we need to consider share split, share dividend, bonus issue, and rights issue. Okay, so question so far. So, we are done with earnings per share. Siguro nahubog na mo. Okay, so okay pa ba ta dira? O, type 3 kung okay pa. Kung dili, type 1. 1 ug 3. Dili na. Sige na, samot na ko. Taas na po katong discussion do. Online pa gyud. Samot, di ba? Samot, katugon gid mo. Okay, I hope pay natulog dira ha. Napay mata, naay walay natulog dira. I hope naay walay natulog. Okay, walay question, pangutana before we end our class.